Morning. It's 8:53 on Saturday 20th of June 2020 and welcome back to my garage. Now I didn't expect to be in the garage for my second video. I thought I might be out on the road, but the first one went down quite well. I have another task to do on the R75 which will make riding it easier, and this is to do with the police tank, which might not be your bag. If it's not, please feel free to click away. For those who are staying with me, I'm going to start with a little rant. So my little rant is about bike storage, and in particular built-in storage. I've been back into motorcycles for 3 years now, having had 17 years away. But previously, with my preferred choice of clothing and leathers, I always had to carry waterproofs, and I was always able to do so either underneath the seat or in the cowl at the back. Now this is my current daily ride. It's a BMW R1250 GSA. I don't think bikes come much bigger than this, and it's got a reputation as being a world traveller, but it has zero built-in storage. I still wear leathers as my first choice of motorcycle clothing, so I have to carry waterproofs. The waterproofs have to go in a bag permanently strapped to the rack because there is no storage. In fact, the only built-in storage on this GSA is this little box here, and I don't know what it's for. Now, on an everyday ride, I need to carry certain stuff. Obviously, the first thing we need is a phone. I use, as you've probably already seen, an iPhone 5S. They don't come much smaller than this. Will it fit in the storage? No. Okay. Even though this is keyless, I need to carry keys for locks, for my garage door fob, etc. Will they fit in there? No. I wear earplugs when I stop for a coffee at Starbucks, because that's what all GS riders do. I put my earplugs in their pouch. Will that fit in there? No. I don't have a tinted visor, so I wear sunglasses, and obviously I want to keep my sunglasses close to hand, but not on the GS. And you might want to wipe your visor with a nice cloth. That won't fit in the storage on the GS. And if it's a particularly sticky day and you've got to wipe flies off, your wet wipes won't fit in either. So this box has me puzzled. However, what it does take is a credit card. And even better than that, it actually will take more than 20 credit cards. There you go. So when it comes to a service, we'll be able to pay. Joking aside, let's look at the good old 1975 R75. Physically a lot smaller than today's GSA, but if we look under the seat, we find storage in the form of this removable box, which is more than big enough to take my waterproofs, and surprisingly watertight. I've jet washed this bike and that box stays dry. Additionally, this being an ex-police bike, we have the police tank, but the police tank was also an option on civilian bikes, which I believe was called the Touring Integrated Cockpit. I stand to be corrected. The police tank comes with this built-in box, which is very handy because I can fit my visor cloths, I can fit my phone and my keys, I can fit my sunglasses, and I can fit my earplug pouch, and I've still got room for more than 20 credit cards and some, and it all goes in there nicely. Now I think today's motorcycle designers should really look back and take a leaf out of this book. Okay, rant over. Now on to the subject of today's video, and this police tank, which is brilliant and should be incorporated into today's bikes, but there is one problem with it. I don't know if this locking mechanism is standard. I've seen two of these and I think they both had the same, so it may well be. But when you are out on the road, and particularly if you've got gloves on, trying to undo this is a royal pain. So without getting too technical at the moment anyway, this is an M10 fine thread. So the pitch is 1.25 millimeters, and you've got to do a good 7-8 turns of this to actually open your flap. So taking some hints from today's GSA with its quarter turn, I am going to fit a quarter turn fastener to the lid of my police tank. So taking inspiration from my GSA, I got on the internet onto the southcote.com website, which is the home of Zeus fasteners, and sourced this receptacle and this D8 quarter turn bale head fastener. Now there's an absolute multitude of types of fasteners from Zeus, and then when you pick the one you want, you've got an equal multitude of sizes to choose from. So it's a case of measuring your application and selecting the suitable one. I bought these two parts along with some nylon retaining washers from our local distributor, who is Roy Hotwood, and this cost me £10.40, of which £4.50 was postage and £1.73 was tax, so we're not talking a lot of money. In addition to these parts, you need something to hold them in, so my good friend Nigel to the rescue with this holder, which screws into the bracket on the tank and will take the receptacle. Now this is designed as a push fit. I've had the holder made clearance fit so I can bond it in place, but I've got some leeway with the bonding in order to get the quarter turn fastener in the right place. The other part I've had made was this stepped washer, which is effectively just to close the hole up in the lid of the police tank. So step washer goes up from the inside, and then quarter turn fastener goes down from the outside. The parts I've just shown you on the bench fit on the bike surprisingly easily. The receptacle and its holder that I've had made fit into the existing threaded hole on the bracket, like so, and then the pin and the washer made in there obviously will have the nylon retainers and a rubber washer just to hold it in place. As I said, this receptacle is designed to be a push fit, but I've had my holder machined for clearance so I can bond them in place, give me a bit more flexibility and time for the correct setting of the quarter turn fastener. Receptacle is now bonded into holder. If I just screw that into the bracket from underneath, I'll just nip it up with some pliers, and then our quarter turn pin, we'll put the nylon retaining washer on. I've made a rubber washer that's now stuck to the stepped washer. We'll put those in the lid. I've made a hole in the rubber washer, quite a tight fit, to hold the quarter turn fastener in place. And that's now in. It needs to move around for location into the receptacle, but then if we put the lid down, we now have a quick release fastener on our classic Airhead police tank. So that's it, modification complete. Now I appreciate that not many people have these old Airheads with police tanks, so this video will be of limited appeal, but if you did find it useful, please drop me a like, maybe drop a comment. Especially if you want to do it yourself, I can supply drawings and links to the Zeus fasteners. But that's me for now. I'll see you next time.